Welcome to another edition of Believers Talk with your hosts, Joe and Steve. I'm Joe.
I'm Steve.
And we just want to give everyone kind of an update. You're here for Bills information. That's what we're going to provide for you. Basically, we're leading up to the draft, about 3 weeks away. And so we've had a couple of visits and a couple of signings and things that other players signing other teams. So I just want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, we signed Terrence Fetty.
Yep.
A defensive end. He came from Miami. He was a 7th-round draft pick there.
Okay.
I believe last year he played 15 or 16% of the snaps on defense, and then he was 75% of his snaps were on special teams. So this is going to be a special teams guy.
Sure.
If he makes the roster, we are pretty deep now with the Murphy signing.
Right.
At defensive end. So we'll see where that goes.
Yeah.
It's not a huge signing for us. I think it's one of those guys to fill out the depth. Going into training camp, and we'll see if anything happens from that. But,
right. Like you said before, in training camp, you need 90 guys to fill out the depth chart, and this could be just one of those guys. And those guys are good to bring in because you never know what's going to happen. They could wow you and be like, oh, this guy can make the team. So
look at Yarbrough last year.
Right.
Nobody really gave him a shot, and
So
he ended up making the team, and he played pretty good in Shaq Lawson's absence.
Yeah, he did pretty good. So we'll see what happens with him. But moving on, you had something about Joe Webb.
Yep, Joe Webb signed with the Houston Texans today.
Right.
So he's going to be that backup quarterback / special teams guy there instead of being in Buffalo. I think we both would have liked to have him come back.
Yeah.
With McCarron, that kind of probably pushed him out because they have a younger guy and Peterman. We're going to draft a quarterback, and they could always get another camp arm or something like that. But yeah, Joe Webb, he's going to be most likely the backup quarterback or maybe third string in Houston because they have Deshaun Watson, Brandon Weeden. So that's a very different combination.
Right. Yeah.
So Joe Webb, I think, can actually come in and he'll be able to run the same style of offense of Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
So that's probably a pretty good signing for the Texans. I don't think they gave up too much to get him. So
absolutely, I really liked Webb, and one thing that I think I'll miss most is his effort on special teams and things like that. He wasn't just a quarterback; he did multi things, and he came in almost give you like that wildcat formation a couple times last season that we really enjoyed. You're not going to get that from Peterman. You're probably not going to get that from AJ McCarron. And unless we sign Lamar Jackson, there's no quarterback in the draft that will give you that either.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens there.
The best thing to me that, other than being he was a core special teams guy. He was a nice piece to the puzzle last year.
Right.
But without him in the Colts game in the snow, throwing that 34-yard pass to Devontae Thompson.
Exactly.
We wouldn't have been in the playoffs, and both those players now are gone. So there are holes that we have to fill. I don't think it's very necessary, but we did sign a lot of special teams guys this year, so it's not like it's going to kill us.
Right.
And he wasn't, the starting quarterback or anything like that. He wasn't really the backup. He was a third stringer. So it's a move that nice to have him, but he's gone. So
and like you said, everyone knows we're going to draft a quarterback, even if we don't trade up to get like our guy or whatever have you. We're going to draft a quarterback later. And you normally keep only 3 quarterbacks on a roster. Maybe a 4th we can get later on. Speaking of the 4th, we can talk about him next if you want to. So go ahead.
The Bills met with Florida International quarterback Alex McCown. So the Bills actually flew down to meet with him in Florida. I believe there was a few other teams that met with him. So I'm not really familiar with him that much. We did look up his numbers. He's about a 60% completion guy. It's bounced around from 55 to 60. I think he was at like 58 or something like that, and then 65 or somewhere around there. So he was kind of middle of the road, up and down most of his career. I think he had 65 touchdowns and 37 interceptions.
Right.
So he was right around double-digit interceptions per year.
Right. Like you said off camera, nothing that's going to wow you. But at the same time, this is a guy who, to be honest, I haven't heard much about until recently, right? And so the Patriots tried him out, the Bills tried him out, a couple other teams, like you said. And so it's kind of interesting, perks up your interest, like, well, I haven't really heard about this guy. He played at IFU, right? So not much press there. But you nailed it on the head as I look at his stats, 58% in 2016, 65% in 2017, so a lot of improvement, 27. So a lot of improvement there. 60.4% for his career. And he did cut down on the interceptions his senior year. You know, so he did. So 37, you're averaging about 9 a season.
Yeah.
He had 10 his sophomore year, 8 his freshman or his senior year. So a little bit of a drop there. So
yeah.
So that's good.
I mean, it's something to intrigue you that maybe other teams are looking at him and you know, could he be there late round or free agent?
Right after the draft.
And you need somebody for a camp arm, and usually on the practice squad you have a developmental quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely.
Could he be that guy? The Bills also have met with quarterback Riley Ferguson from Memphis. He's a big, tall guy, has a heck of an arm, and sometimes he relies on his arm too much. So a lot of people compare him to like a Brett Favre mentality, not skill set. Brett Favre, but you know, he has the arm, and he trusts his arm more than he should at times. Right. So that's another guy who late round pick. I believe he's a draftable quarterback. Those are a couple options that they could go in with. You know, whether they do get their guy in the first or second round or whatever, these are late round guys that they can bring in and still develop with, you know, McCarron, whoever the draftee is, and Peterman. They can all be on the roster, and those two guys would be a practice squad for the year.
Right.
Most likely.
Yeah, especially with Alex McGow, or however I said his name before. If we do trade up to get a quarterback, we're not going to have capital to pick up a quarterback later. So it's nice to pick up a guy who might go beyond the draft into free agency, and we can pick him up and say, okay, we checked this guy out, and it looks like he can be something, and get that free agent arm going. You know? And it's smart. You want to check out all the quarterbacks. Absolutely. When you need a quarterback, you better check out every single one. That's right. That's right. So that's basically all the news going on in Buffalo right now with the Bills that I know about. I don't know if you have anything else. That's about it. So that's pretty much it. But we do want to get on here at least once a week to give you all the latest news, Bills news. Even if there's not much going on, we want to say hi, how you doing? So please be sure to leave a comment. If you heard something we missed and you want us to talk about, we'll happily do that. But subscribe to this channel, like or dislike this video, and until next time, go Bills. Go Bills.